I worked at like an aquarium
Awesome.
for a short time. Like they sold fish.
What?
It wasn't like actually like a.
Oh, it's a pet shop.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's way
I
different.
Yeah,
thought
I
you
was like,
worked at
that-
like.
I thought you go to hang out with like seals.
Yeah, I got hyped
So-
for it. That
Yeah,
exactly.
wait, how did you go from pet store
because
to
it's
aquarium?
because they
it's,
sold
it's
fish pets.
called an aquarium. That was what the place was called. I'm not gonna give you the name, but it was called like blank aquarium.
Okay, so they lied to you.
Whatever. So point being was,
That
Gotta
way
call
you
the
can
triple
apply
B.
your resume
Gotta
to
call the
contract,
Better
right?
Business Bureau
You-
for lying.
you'd walk into the back and there'd just be like puddles because obviously tanks, water, and everything. There'd be puddles and
That fish
there'd-
need,
yeah,
yeah.
And there would just be like frayed wires, and you just step into certain puddles and then be like, "Oh, I just got electrocuted. Cool, moving on with my life." Is
One
that what
time,
happened?
one time,
Seems
all
like
the
a
time
good,
at that
seems
job.
like a
One
good
time-
place to work.
at a job. I won't say it. I mean, they're not around anymore. They closed like pretty recently, permanently. I'm not gonna say the name. This definitely has nothing to do with anime.
I know what you're saying already.
Yeah, it was
Same.
like 6 a.m. I had to go down to the place's basement to check. All right, I was a lifeguard, so I had to check chlorine level and like pH stuff. Walked down there to the dank, horrible basement where they keep all those chemicals, and it was like 6 a.m., so I'm barely awake, and the floor's like usually wet from like, you know, it's like a basement. It's dank
Mystery
down
liquids.
there. Yeah. Oh boy, was this a mystery liquid? Next thing I
wake
know,
up with mystery
I'm on the
liquids.
ground and I can't breathe because I slipped in some green, like electric yellow-green slime.
Awful.
And I like it wasn't like the wind got knocked out of me. It was like chemically the oxygen was being removed from my lungs when I
Oh.
tried to
Ugh.
breathe.
I love
sounds like
comically
hell.
colored toxic waste.
It really
Yeah.
was. So I crawled back up the steps to my job, and I'm like, "Hey, I'm covered in a bunch of I don't know goo. What should I do about this?" They were like, 6:15. You should go open the pool. We'll tell you if you got to worry about it." So I called them like the front desk every hour on the hour, being like, "Hey, what did I fall in? And should I call a doctor?" And they were like, "We'll figure it out." And then it's like my time to clock out. It's like noon at that point. I get to the front desk and I was like, "Tell me, like, what did I fall in? Like, what was it?" They were like, "Oh, it was the acid we used to control the pH in the pool." And I was like, "And you just waited 6 hours to tell me something like that?" And they were like, "You're probably fine." And I was like, "Huh, what do I do now?" And they were like,
No, if you
"File an OSHA complaint."